Every fab on Earth combined produces about 2% of the computing power Elon Musk says he needs. His response was not to ask existing manufacturers to move faster. His response was to build his own chip factory and connect it to space.
Well, we have a profoundly important announcement to make, which is the most epic chip building exercise in history by far. This is really going to take things to the next level. So, yeah, a level probably people aren't even contemplating right now. This is not in the, I would call this sort of an out of context problem. It's not in their context. So we're going to adjust the context by a few orders of magnitude here. It's a joint effort.
The announcement, what the Terrafab actually is.
It's a joint effort. I'm pressing the button. But the button's not working. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah. We aspire to be a galactic civilization.
The announcement was made by Elon Musk and his collaborators, positioned as something far outside a normal tech launch. The project is called the Terrafab, with a goal of producing 1 terawatt of computing power per year. To understand that scale, current global AI compute output sits at around 20 gigawatts per year. 1 terawatt is 50 times that. All semiconductor factories on Earth combined currently produce only about 2% of that target. The Terrafab begins with an advanced fabrication facility in Austin. What makes it different is that the entire design to production cycle happens inside one building. Lithography masks, chip fabrication, testing, redesign, all in a continuous loop. Instead of sending designs across different facilities in different countries, everything happens in one place. You build a chip, test it, find the flaw, update the mask, and immediately produce the next version. This dramatically reduces delays and speeds up iteration. The facility also aims to push beyond conventional computing architectures, testing designs that were previously too expensive or too slow to experiment with.
So this announcement is about solving the key missing ingredient. To give you a sense of what we're talking about, the current output of AI compute is roughly 20 gigawatts per year. This chart explains why we need to build the Terrafab.
Why Earth is the wrong place to scale AI computing.
That sounds like the best possible future. You know? So to do that, we need to harness the power of the sun. And so a terafab, while it is enormous, a terawatt of compute per year is enormous by our sort of civilizational standards. It is still just one step along the way of being even a Kardashev. You still have a long way to go to even be a Kardashev 2 level civilization, and you're not even registering as a Kardashev 3. So it's a very big thing by current human standards, but still small in the grand scheme.
The core idea behind Terrafab is not just chip design, it is power. Large-scale AI requires enormous electricity. On Earth, every megawatt of computing requires a matching megawatt of power generation. But power on Earth comes with limits. Land is limited. Infrastructure is expensive. Local communities resist expansion. Grid capacity slows growth. Space removes these limits. In orbit, the sun shines continuously. No night cycle, no weather, no atmosphere blocking sunlight. Solar panels in space can generate around 5 times more power per unit area than on Earth. They are also lighter because they do not need heavy protection against weather. Heat management through radiators is already well understood from SpaceX and its Starlink system. Musk estimates that within 2 to 3 years, it may become cheaper to run AI computing in space than on Earth, depending on how fast Starship reduces launch costs.
So to do that, we need to harness the power of the sun. And so a terafab, while it is enormous, a terawatt of compute per year is enormous by our sort of civilizational standards. It is still just one step along the way of being even a Kardashev. You still have a long way to go to even be a Kardashev 2 level civilization, and you're not even registering as a Kardashev 3.
How SpaceX, Tesla, and xAI fit together.
It's very difficult for humans. So to accomplish this very difficult goal really requires a combination of efforts of SpaceX, xAI, and Tesla working together to create this epic Terrafab project. So.
The Terrafab depends on 3 companies working together. SpaceX provides Starship. Reaching 1 terawatt of space computing requires about 10 million tons of material launched into orbit every year. Starship version 3 targets 100 tons per launch, and version 4 aims for 200 tons. Tesla provides Optimus, the humanoid robot. 2 chip types are being designed. One for edge AI, used in robots and vehicles. The other is designed for space, where radiation and temperature conditions are extreme. Musk estimates that humanoid robot production could reach between 1 billion and 10 billion units per year globally, far beyond current vehicle production. xAI provides the software and computing architecture. It already built a gigawatt-scale compute cluster, which Jensen Huang described as one of the fastest deployments he has seen.
And so I think it is important, actually, to consider the grandness of the universe and what we can do that is much greater than what we've done before, as opposed to worry about sort of small squabbles on Earth type of thing. Not much point in that. Yeah, we want to be a civilization that expands to the galaxy with spaceships that anyone can go anywhere they want. That would be epic. And have a city on the moon, cities on Mars, populate the solar system, and send spaceships to other star systems. That sounds like the best possible future.
The civilizational argument. Why this is bigger than technology.
We aspire to be a galactic civilization. So I think the future that everyone, well, most people, I think, would agree is the most exciting is one where we are out there among the stars, where we are not forever confined to one planet, that we become a multi-planet species, like the best science fiction that you've ever read. You know, Star Trek, or Ian Banks, or Asimov, or Heinlein.
Musk framed the Terrafab as a civilizational step referencing the Kardashev scale. A Type 1 civilization uses all the energy available on its planet. Humanity is not there yet. We use only a tiny fraction of the energy Earth receives from the Sun. Musk argues that real progress requires scaling energy in space. A terawatt of computing is only the beginning. The next step is a petawatt, 1,000 times larger. This would involve building infrastructure on the Moon, including mass drivers that launch materials into space without rockets. The Moon's low gravity and lack of atmosphere make this efficient. The long-term vision is an AI and robotics economy potentially 1 million times larger than today, where material scarcity is no longer a limiting factor.
So I think the future that everyone, well, most people, I think, would agree is the most exciting is one where we are out there among the stars, where we are not forever confined to one planet, that we become a multi-planet species, like the best science fiction that you've ever read. You know, Star Trek, or Ian Banks, or Asimov, or Heinlein. And we want to make that real. Yeah, not just fiction. Turn science fiction to science fact. That's the glorious, exciting future that I certainly look forward to. It's worth considering sort of like, how would you rate civilizations? You know, there was a physicist, I think he was Russian, in the 60s, Kardashev. He thought about, like, at a high level, how would you consider any given civilization? And he said, well, if you're type 1, you're using most of the energy of your planet.
The scale of what is being claimed.
So, for some reason, there's been a bizarre debate about radiators in space. It's safe to say SpaceX knows how to do heat rejection in space with 10,000 satellites in orbit. Might know a thing or two. So you can see the radiator is actually quite small relative to the solar panels. And we call that the mini-sat, since that's just 100 kilowatts. We expect future satellites to probably go to the megawatt range. Yeah. So in order to get to the terawatt of compute per year, you need about 10 million tons to orbit per year, and at 100 kilowatts per ton. So we're confident this is feasible. Like, no new physics or impossible things are required to get there. So I'm confident actually that SpaceX will get to 10 million tons to orbit per year. And then we're building up to a terawatt of solar.
Some parts of this project are real today. The Terrafab facility in Austin is planned. The idea of integrating chip design and production into one building is new but technically possible. The development of edge chips and space-hardened chips is a defined engineering goal. What remains uncertain is the timeline and scale. Launching 10 million tons per year requires massive expansion of Starship operations. Building space-based solar infrastructure at this scale has not yet been achieved. Reducing launch cost fast enough to make space computing cheaper within 2 to 3 years is still unproven. However,
solving the key missing ingredient. To give you a sense of what we're talking about, the current output of AI compute is roughly 20 gigawatts per year. This chart explains why we need to build the Terrafab, because all of the rest of the output from Earth is about 2% of what we need. So if you add up all the fabs on Earth combined, they're only about 2% of what we need for the terawatt project or Terrafab project. So, we certainly want our existing supply chain to be clear. We're very grateful to our existing supply chain, to Samsung, TSMC, Micron, and others. And we would like them to expand as quickly as they can, and we will buy all of their chips. I have said these exact words to them.
The direction itself is logical. Space offers clear advantages for energy and scale. The integration of SpaceX, Tesla, and XAI is something that has not been attempted before at this level.
Well, we have a profoundly important announcement to make, which is the most epic chip building exercise in history by far.